Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to streaming tonight. Aha, Flinkster. What's going on? Zomcob. Hello, champion. What's happening with you? Awesome guy, also in the evening. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. And Topulus. Hello, mate. GT, what's going on? Oh, we've got the whole band here tonight. How good. That was a bit stupid. Pay no attention to the camera wobbling. What a great way to start a work day. Wish I could start my work days like that. Straight into it today. No fucking around. Oh, celery. Hey, mate. Hello, Jim. Yes, I added the old palette cam just so we could see what's going on. I've been very well, celery. Excited about doing some painting tonight, as always. Who's excited about tonight's show and tell? Best segment of the evening, really, isn't it? Awesome Zomcob. I actually found out it's not actually Jim Tink's site, it's a different gym. It's a different gym. Australian gym, but a different gym. But anyway, Stained Beard Miniatures, get amongst it. been ordinary in my books, Jim. Of all the Jims I've ever met, mate, you are definitely one of them. Zomcob, I think he's actually based in Newcastle, maybe. Definitely Sydney way. You know why, Jeffrey. There's no one I'd trust more to moderate than the only moderator to ever be banned from Wargamer AU for being too diligent. Oh, Rumble. G'day, mate. Sorry, I didn't know there's ads. I think that's what happens when you become an affiliate. They put ads on your thing because they know people are actually going to watch your channel. Or something. Hey, Sharkwald. Congrats for joining the stream and not having to watch the YouTube upload. You're a legend. That's the plan, Jeffy. Yeah, we'll finish her off tonight, I think. That's what we'll aim for anyway. Hello, Chroma. G'day, RVB Paints. How exciting is it to be watching me paint live? It's right up there. It's one of the real pleasures in life. Well, Clarky and I picked out a model the other day, so we'll be good to go, I think. Hello, Matt. Yes. Plague permitting, indeed. Mind you, the class I'm doing is intended to be a expert level class. Maybe not expert, maybe intermediate level class. Probably a better description. So, if you don't know how to use an airbrush, it's the wrong class for you. Definitely not for you, Jeff. Me? No, I don't fuck around at all. My dad's got a saying. It is, we're not here to fuck spiders. Always try to live my life by that mantra. Of course, you were talking about the guy with 30 airbrushes, but I know, mate. I'm going to take it was me anyway. G'day Billy Goat, thanks mate. I assume as always you're referring to my very attractive face. Nothing to do with the model that I'm painting. Fuck you. I am doing tartan. Cujo's not here at this juncture, I don't think. May join later on, assuming he's finished with his beekeeping for the day. Crazy beekeeper guy, isn't he? Indeed. Indeed we're not. I don't know what clan she's from, mate. Clan fuck a guy up. Clan fuck a frog up, probably. Strongly recommend you just get good, mate. Eclipse is the brush I use. It's enough. Yeah. I buy up big on that shit, eh? I buy like 3 or 4 packets of the stuff. But I go through it. Go through it like crazy. Total dog. Yep. That's me. I'm going to throw Chum Dabs under the bus here though, because seriously, I told John I'm going to buy that fucking Airy, so you just keep that nice and safe for me. Thinking no other fuck's going to want to buy it. No, Chum Dab comes in and buys it from underneath me face. What a joker. Thanks RVB. Every little bit of painting on this Chicky Babe is all on stream and on my YouTube channel. Oh mate, if Gav was in charge, I'll tell you a story about when Gav was in charge, right? This is a legitimate story of what happened at IF. So I called Gav and said, Gavin, can you please order me in the latest Guild Ball product? It was a fucking, I don't remember what it was. And he said, yep, no worries, I'll order them in for you. So I said, sweet, let me know when it arrives. Give me a call and I'll come straight down. So Gav calls me and he goes, hey mate, I've got that stuff coming in tomorrow. I said, sweet, give me a buzz when it arrives, Gavin, and I will come down straight away and buy it. So Gav calls me on the phone. The next day he goes, hey mate, that thing's turned up. Actually, I might have even called him. I think I called him and said, hey Gav, has that thing turned up? He goes, yeah, it's turned up. So I said, sweet, I'm on my way down. I get in the fucking car, I drive to Irresistible Force, which I should add is a 30-minute drive from where my house is, and I get to the fucking store, and Gav goes, oh yeah, sorry mate, I sold it. I sold it to a guy who was in here 5 minutes ago. For fuck's sake, Gav, you told me you were going to keep it for me. You ordered it in for me. Why'd you fucking sell it? I was literally on my way down, you dickhead. Oh, Clarky. What a joker. But I'll tell you, yeah. I cut the guy some slack because it's, here's Chum Dab the wanker. I cut Gav some slack because it's a tough gig running a hobby store and trying to make money. And whilst I'm very reliable these days, perhaps in my younger days I wasn't as reliable. And maybe Gav thought, oh, Deno's not fucking coming down, he's a dickhead. I'm just going to take the money, make some cash so I can feed my family tonight. Fair play, Gav. Fair play. Oh, Billy Goat. Mate, Monty is the finest experience probably I've had in travelling overseas, and I've done a fair bit of travelling. Let me just, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to load up a video I took of Monty on my YouTube channel, and I'll just pop the link in the chat so you can go and watch that video, and that might give you a bit of a sense of what it's like. But I will talk to it a little bit as well. Chum Dad, news is that you are still as big a dickhead as you were the other day, pal. So that's the news. Buying all my shit. Alright, that's a video that I took at Monty and cut together. It's a little bit of a walk around the town, and but mostly focused on like the models. So Monty is just an experience. It's a tiny little town. It's a walled town, and you rock up there and you just wonder if you're in the right spot, because it's sort of out of the middle of everywhere. And then you see a few miniature painters, and the actual venue is in a giant castle in the middle, and a castle in the middle square of Monty, which is really, really awesome, cool place. And the first night everyone gets there, they all just hang out in the square drinking a homemade mead and just talking, and it's just a wonderful experience. Everyone's really supportive and genuine, and and the standard of the painting of models at that competition is I think the best in the world. You certainly see some great stuff at Crystal Brush, but Monty is on another level again. From my perspective, having never been to Crystal Brush in person, it's probably a judgment I can't make, but they do post a lot of their stuff online that makes the cut. So watch the video, that'll give you a bit of an idea of what it's like. But yeah, incredible experience. Highly recommend. Payback is a bitch, woo! Payback is a bitch. Yeah, SMC and Monty are both really worthwhile. I found I've done that the wrong way. What a dickhead! I found Monty to be just a little bit more focused on the experience, whereas SMC, because it's had so many traders and so much stuff, it was just a little bit more oriented towards the competition side of things, and you know. There's still certainly some great catch-ups and hangouts, but yeah, Monty is just an experience. No TV on tonight. There's no cricket on tonight. The cricket finished up for, well, except for the final series. But boy, am I excited to talk about that in a minute. And then I was going to put on some Archer, but I think I'm just going to go silent tonight and spend my time talking to you lovely people. Yeah, so anyone following Deno's experiences in cricket, last week I talked about I was talking about how one team needed to win in a game of two teams, and I sounded like an absolute fuckwit. But actually I was telling the truth, because if those two teams had a non-result, a draw, then the Heat would not have made the finals. But as it was, the Heat had a massive win, and they get through to the finals. Go boys! So they play on Friday night. Yeah, Monty is indeed organised by Francesco and co. Ricardo and Pietro and a couple of other guys. Fabio Nunari, I think, is one. Yeah, they're just great dudes. Really great dudes. And the weekend is just a crazy time. Crazy time. Yeah, you have to go to Monty, Millennia, hey? Like, if you're in Italy, it's just almost mandatory. Alright, I want you to imagine that you're an Australian who drives on the other side of the road, and picture driving through that road. I had plenty of arsehole puckers on that little trip, I tell you what. I think it expanded to the size of a manhole cover for a moment there. Kung Fu Shrew, Monty is indeed a painting comp, mate. Painting comp held in a small town called Monte San Savino. It's usually in November. Fantastic experience. Ah, awesome, yeah. It's quite close to Arezzo and Firenze, Florence. So it's not too out of the way. Yep, that is a problem. You can get a train there. You can get a train there. But it's a bit of a struggle because the actual hello, La Ciudad del Pintor. Yeah, you can get a train, but the problem is because it's a walled city, it's on the top of a hill, and the train station's at the bottom of the hill. So if you're carrying luggage, it is a fucking mission to get it up the top of the hill. I didn't do it, but we actually talked about doing it the first year. In the end, we decided to hire a car, and that when we got there, we realised that was the greatest decision that I've made in my life. Yeah. Yeah, the experience at Monty, there's two competitions. There's the Masters category and the Standard category. The Masters category is where the big boys go to play, and the Standard is just for anyone that wants to enter. It's still generally a pretty high standard. But irrespective of your level of skill, it's a comp that's worth going to just to soak in the atmosphere and see what everyone's painting in the flesh. I posted a video up there. You can have a look if you want to see what it's actually like. Crazy event. Yeah, that's her hair, a little hair bun thing. So. The paint brands I'm using, I will generally throw on screen, but for the most part I use Vallejo Model Color and quite a few Vallejo Game or Model Air, Scale Fantasy, and my favourite, well, also Nocturna, not their new ones, their old ones, and also Citadel Contrast Paints. Depending on what I'm trying to achieve out of any given moment. And Peanut Butter is a Scale Fantasy colour. Glorious colour. Glorious colour. Do it, Kung Fu Shrew. It is an experience you'll treasure, mate, for a very long time. One of the most enjoyable experiences I've had travelling, going to those events. Scale Model Challenge in Monty. Been to Monty twice. First year I went, I entered the Masters category. I said, I'm a big boy, I'm going to enter the Masters category. Got nothing at all. And then next year I went, I entered Masters category and I did a little bit better than nothing. So I was pretty chuffed with that. I don't use the Scale matte range very often because I use Chimera generally when I would use a colour. I probably should have grabbed these out as well, but these are sort of as matte as the Scale 75, but the pigments are a bit thinner and they're a bit easier to work with. The Scale 75 range uses a gel medium, so I find them a bit thick. They're okay, you know. There's a couple I still use, like the yellow's excellent. This one, it's still here. Soul Yellow. That is the best yellow I've found. And there's a couple of others. So, but yeah, I if I was going to use a matte paint, I'd probably go with Chimera. So, all right. So we're just going to do some of this shit real quick because not super stoked about a few things about this model. We'll get there. This can be the frog colour. Froggo. Ooh, peanut butter. Get amongst it. Yeah, the Chimera colours are really, really nice. I struggled. I've done a few tests where I decided I was going to paint a whole model using just Chimera, and I really struggled because I'm not. I can mix colours, but I'd much rather just grab, because I generally like see a colour in my mind. I'm like, that's the colour I want, and so I'll go and grab that specific colour, and then it's just quicker, and I don't have to mess around with mixing colours. But yeah, it was a fun experience, fun experiment. How's Groomy? What's happening, mate? Welcome to the stream. Painting a little froggo at the moment. Little idiot. Whee! G'day, Paul. That's good, I guess. I was sort of going for something like that. Do we think I need to do a little symbol on this side as well? It looks kind of like I do, really, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm okay with the asymmetry of it. Ah, yes. Excellent. Yes, my Instagram's very popular. I'm very famous on there. Generally, get flooded in my DMs from just so many people wanting to get to know me. That is 100% a lie, by the way. Don't flood my DMs. Along the hem, chum dabs. Collared shirts, mate. If you don't stop banging on about those, man, I'm going to ban you from the stream. I've got a moderator now, mate. I can do that. I can do that, mate. Just you watch. Which hem are you referring to? This hem here? I mean, I could, I suppose. I could. Some little zigzag pattern, maybe. We'll see. Chum dab. I was banned because I kept I kept teasing Deno over his collared shirts. Wearing a lovely little number today. If you can't see it, Chum Dabs, it's got little palm trees on it, mate. $6 from Big W. Yeah, what a bargain, hey? Get amongst the Big W shirt. Can't go wrong. Nice. Got to build the loyalty, mate. If I can get Big W as a sponsor, imagine that. Imagine Big W sponsoring Big Deno to paint because of the glorious $6 shirts he wears. Wouldn't that be just a turn up for the books? So, anytime I'm painting a model like this, it's usually about this time where I start to get bored's not the right word, but I'm just like, I don't love painting little details a lot of the time. Sometimes I do, but usually I like trying to do big surfaces and stuff like that. Draxy, what's up, champion? Oh, hello, new friends. Techno Cat, hello. We're painting this little witch from Spira Mirabilis. Yes, indeed, Drax. Indeed, mate. As you see, we've got palette cam now. How exciting is that? Love a bit of palette cam. Thank you, indeed, Drax. Yes, the OSL was, well, the main idea behind the piece. She got a big green cauldron of stuff. Well, this is only 2 sessions worth. It gets a bit crazy after that, usually. But we'll probably be okay because I'm trying to change my palette regularly for the stream. It is indeed, Chum Dabs. It is a Sistema lid. This whole wet palette cost me $6. From Coles. Maybe we can get Coles on as a sponsor too. What do you reckon? Coles and Big Dub. The real big players in the miniature painting scene. Those guys. Drax, I'll give you some tips about OSL. So there's a few things that you can do to make it look more convincing. So the first is the source here. Hello, Flickster. The source light has to be brighter than the reflected light. You often see a lot of people getting that wrong, so it doesn't look quite right. So if you have a look at this, this is super bright, eye-watering, and this is not quite as eye-watering, a bit more subtle. So that's a big one that'll make it look better. I usually do, and if you go back and watch my last stream, I usually do a few steps of painting first, and then I'll use an airbrush to fill in the light. But then the most important thing is to go back in and re-highlight these areas, like this spot here got covered in green from the airbrush, but actually the source, try and get the angle right on the thing, the source is coming from underneath, directly underneath, and so this should actually be a highlight. So you have to just go back in and re-highlight areas, and that'll generally be enough to make it look convincing. But yeah, go back. I think was it 2 streams ago maybe I did the green OSL. So go check that out if you want. Oh, look at Chum Dabs trying to get back in the good books. Trying to get back in the good books. No one's buying it, mate. Everyone knows you're a model buying thief. AK Interactive's Ultra Matte thief. Yeah, I mean the glue repairs not a big deal. As I said, it's all fine. May even work in my favour. Sharkwild, I definitely do the airbrush blending technique on 32mm minis. In fact, I have some that I can demonstrate or show off. Stand by. I'm back. So here is my, what is it? Channel point actually. AXA. Drax, mate, I've been painting for about 25 years as a army painter, which I focused on for a long time before I decided to do display painting more seriously, and I've been doing that for about 4 years. So here is a Kingdom Death dude. His name is something, I can't remember, Rock Knight, or no, I don't think he's Rock Knight. Can't remember this guy's name. Granite? Maybe it's Granite. Anyway, so all airbrush on the skin and on the axe using the airbrush technique. And then this guy is another example of that same technique. So you generally can't use it as much as you would on a large scale model. Like you're about to see me use the airbrush again on this chick to even do some more stuff. And I don't have to do any masking or anything, but you can see the volumes of different sizes. But yeah, you can definitely use it on this, and then you just have to go back in and pick up some details. This guy's another one, the Manhunter from Kingdom Death. Urgh. I was particularly happy with this cloak. How cool does that look? Yeah. Look at the texture. Get amongst it. Anyway. Oh yeah, I recently got into Kingdom Death, decided that I would buy all of the released models up to this date, which cost me a fairly expensive amount of money. And then I decided that I would paint them all. And as Topulus can attest to, because he was there, I did them in 2 weeks. And I think I collectively broke the brains of the Kingdom Death Discord when I did so. It's a bit of fun, mate. A bit of fun. M. Dizzle, the Hammer. Haven't heard that nickname in a long time. Used to get called the Hammer. When I played rugby league, they used to call me Hammer Time. Not because I used to smash guys, but because I played Warhammer and they were throwing shit on me. So I did smash guys as well. Has indeed. My favourite model from Kingdom Death. Wow. It's a tough question because I think the monsters are all like just really random and weird and super cool. But I don't like love any of them in the same way as I love some of the smaller models. Like some of the models that are coming out in the wave 3 or wave 4. Some of the little human dudes just look out of this world. So I'm excited for some of them. Yeah, the Flower Knight's great. I've got him sitting over there. Maybe I'll bring him over. Got to do tonight's show and tell. Yeah, Topulus, I did indeed pick up the Gambler's Chest. I was on the fence, right? I was like, do I buy all of the expansions of Death as well, the new ones as thingy? But I just reckon they're a long way off turning up, right? So I decided in the end that I'd just wait until probably next Black Friday, and make a decision then if I want that many more dudes. I am probably not going to paint the Grimkin. I don't do a lot of non-display stuff these days. Every now and then I get urges to paint a gaming-sized piece or board game stuff, and I may do some board game stuff soon. But yeah, at this stage, I do like that model though. It's one of the only privateer press models recently that I've been impressed with. So, never know, I may do. And indeed, yes, pervy models. Shark World, pervy models, a little bit grotesque. A lot of penises. So if you're not comfortable with penises, yeah, don't get into that shit. I'm quite comfortable with penises personally. Oh, RVB, that is punishing. Oh, that is not a good feel-good story there, friends. Don't enjoy that. Bohun is a absolute jet of a painter. So I imagine that would have cost you a pretty penny as well, mate. Sorry to hear. Sorry to hear. I'll go grab the Flower Knight. Is there any other ones you want to see on stream of my Kingdom Death that I painted? Now's your option. Now's your opportunity. If you haven't already seen them. Alright, Topulus. I don't know that I'll be able to get the Dragon King in the camera. But I can get Slender Man for sure. And oh, mate, there are some rock solid phalluses. Just in case you wanted to know this, chum dub, you have spelled phallus incorrectly, mate. It's that PHALLUS. You're welcome. Alright, we're back. Want any more spelling stuff? Chum Dabs, happy to help, mate. Happy to help. Here's a Slender Man. Slenderino. Azza. What do channel points do? You can highlight a message. Awesome. So this in the Kingdom Death story, this guy has a resource called Dark Water. So he's the only base that I did that has water on it. And I thought it would be cool to have these little tentacle things be glossy, so they're like dark water. Yeah, I'm bad at photos. What do you want me to say? This guy I actually did a painting video on. If you want to go and have a look at him, it's the Gold Smoke Knight. He's the final boss. I've smoked him on 2 occasions, pun intended. So yeah, he's a cool little dude. But yeah, if you want to see how I did him in an hour and 30 minutes, I think it was. Hour 30 minutes for this guy, all on video. So if you want to see how that's done, it's all on my YouTube channel. This guy, Little Flower Knight. So yeah, this guy's possibly the best model in the Kingdom Death range. A lot of people would make that claim. I enjoyed painting him, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. I like the folds. And stuff. Yeah, cool model. And here is the best painted penis on the Sunstalker. Get that up ya. Get that up ya. Oh, hello friends. Some little eyeballs. Hello. Oh, it's some more penises on his back. Oh, lots of hands. Oh, nipples. Creepy fell penis. I did work the tip hard. So much penising on this model. Anyway, it was actually a really fun model to paint. Like this, all this stuff, you can do mad airbrushing shit, and then because of these little lines, it's super easy to get interesting textures and stuff. So I'll try and zoom out a bit and see if you can see them all. Boom. Well, there you go. It's the best you'll get. Alright, I don't think that counts as breaking terms of service, surely. Surely not. Maybe it does. Yes. Really? Oh well. If I get banned from Twitch because of a Sunstalker, I'll be sending a strongly worded letter to Adam Poots. Gonna crack a kombucha tonight. Delightful. Is it really? Is it really, Dr. Flink? Well, that's interesting. Probably should read those, eh? It is out there. It is out there, Kingdom Death, hey, like. It's pretty wild. Did he really? Wow, okay. Well, it's been a pleasure knowing you all. Absolute pleasure. And if this is my last stream please know that I will continue painting for all of you. Alright, Chum Dabs, you've got your out, mate. You know how to do it. Just send heaps of reports, mate. Yeah, I've got him too. I'm not going to be showing that on stream now, though. Good one, Axar. Had a fun day today. I started making some little emotes, so I'm becoming a Twitch legend, right? Absolute legend on Twitch. I made some emotes, but I uploaded them, but I don't think you can use them yet because someone's got to approve them. Maybe it's just my face. It's really good stuff. But anyway, I was trawling through some old pictures on my Facebook page. Came across a couple of just gems, just old-fashioned gems that took me back to some great times in my life. No, it's just my face. I might see if I can get a link of it. It's pretty funny. Let me see if I can figure out how to put it on the screen. Alright, it's coming. Hang on. Oh, hang on. No, it's good. Actually, no, I can do that. Yeah. We go into studio mode. I'm a pro now, by the way. I know how to do studio mode and everything, guys. So how goes that? Image. Oh. Expert. I've got to download my picture. Stand by. Long dong silver emotes. How good. No, there is no long dongs. Are you ready? That's going to be a good emote, friends. Very good emote. That is a great day. That was a great day, actually. I'll tell you about that day. I was with Craft World Studio in Brisbane. We were hanging out before their class, and I took them up to the top of this mountain in Australia, in Brisbane, called Mount Cootha. It's really nice views of the city of Brisbane, the beautiful city of Brisbane. So yeah, we went and hung out up there, and I tried to make them smile, and I succeeded. Thanks, Match Fixer. Have a great night, mate. Sleeping. I don't like this frog. I don't like him. I think the frog is necessary on this model. Do I have to come up with a name for them, do I? Who knows? That's it, mate. There's fuck all else to do in Brisbane. Brisbane's awesome. Took them to South Bank. We went on a city cat. It was great. Had a ripping good time. Enjoyed their class. They're really nice people. Painted a cool model from that. Might show it on stream in a second. See if we can wash people's eyes out from all of the you-know-whats that we just had on stream. Whoops. Okay, I am going to show you this really, really cool model I painted in Craft World's class. We're nearing the end of show and tell this week actually. I've only got I think 4 models left to show off. So bit of a shame. Might need to buy more models I guess. Alright. Yeah, the Aradia models have launched, I think. I think they have anyway. Ooh. There we go. So that's the model I painted in their class. Yeah. G'day Finn, how are you, mate? Yeah, I do enjoy their Patreon. They're really cool people. I tell you, one thing that definitely shows who they are as people. When I went to Monty for the first time, I didn't know anyone, and they came over and introduced themselves to me and gave me a big hug and just really excited to meet me, which just it made my day. Not that there weren't people that were kind and welcoming, but it was very much stood out to me. And so when they came to Brisbane and Australia, I actually organised all their class for them just so they could enjoy the experience, and they did. I don't have a 3D printer, no. I considered purchasing one, but the problem is, and I'm sure many people that have 3D printers will attest to this, you get so many fucking prints and then you print them all out. You just never have enough time to paint them. So, and I've had about 11 people send me messages, hey man, I've got a 3D printer, do you want to print some shit with me? So if I ever want anything printed, I'll just send it to one of those nuffies that offered me that. So, happy days. Alright, I'll go get show and tell for today actually. It's a good time. So while we're on the topic of Monte Sansovino, last year I went there and had a ripping time, and it was my second time. I won a medal, so I was pretty stoked. But I decided I was going to be asking people if I could buy models, and I saw this one from an artist that is very well known, not just as a miniature artist, but also as an artist. His name is Dmitry Faseshko. He's Russian, and this is his Lucas Penis sculpts. Talked about this yesterday. Anytime there is a Lucas Penis sculpt on offer, I'm all over it. I was going to say something, but I won't say it. So this model really stood out to me. Yeah, so he's an oil painter as well. And that background is just like sort of what he does that isn't miniature painting. I just loved it, and I loved the feeling. And I think I talked about contrast last week, about cold and warm contrast. So that is a great example for me of how the whole model's cold, but then you've got these two little spots of warm that really jump out. Great use of desaturated colours. yeah, just really, I love it. And because it's a Lucas Pena sculpt, I asked him if I could buy it, and he was indeed willing to sell it to me. I was very pleased. This is actually a chair leg or something, I think, that he bought. It's not specially made to be a miniature base. But yeah, pretty awesome. Still got the Monty sticker on it. How good. Yep, absolutely love it. So one of my favourites. He actually did a couple of videos on how he paints with oils, because he uses oil paints on his miniatures, and he did a couple of videos on his Facebook page. So if you want to see a little bit about his technique and how he uses oils, you can go and check him out on there. Dmitry Faseshko, beautiful man. Can wear a silk shirt too, tell you what. Yes, he's a fucking crazy guy. He gets absolutely smashed, and he's prancing around in his silk shirts. Magnificent dude. So this second one is from an artist that his name is Rodrigo Cipres, but he goes on his Instagram as Rodrigo Acore. Indeed, Jeffrey, they are collared silk shirts. Yep. And so this is a bust that he painted, and he does a lot of 40k models, a lot of Space Marines and shit. And this was the first bust I'd seen him paint in a while, and yeah, just really love the warm colours. Unfortunately, we had a few. He didn't, not throwing him under the bus here, but he didn't pack it real well in the box. He wrapped it in tissue paper and stuck it in the box. It's a long way from Spain to Australia, so I actually had to repair this here. There's a chip here, a few other little things, but it's not too bad because all of this is still really nicely intact. But I'm just going to zoom in on this, because I think what's really nice to see is the textures that he gets in the leathers and stuff. So I learnt a lot from this model, looking at the colours that he uses for his leathers. You know, we normally just go to brown, but have a look at how much purple and like beige there is in there. He also uses a lot of little greens, like here. So there's little green bits that he uses. There's green bits on this little bit of leather down here. And yeah, and obviously he uses the warmth of this area to sort of draw your gaze into it. A lot of value here, a lot of value contrast, and if you took a black and white picture of this, you'd see this area is the highest value. So you get this being your focal point, but then your gaze sort of trickles around. So yeah, lots of really, like, I love how much texture he incorporated. Yeah, there's purples in the hair and skin. Yeah, so the part of the reason why the purple works is because there's so much yellow, and so you're getting a lot of the harmony of colours from those two complementary colours. And yeah, it's I've seen other painters use colour, but I really like how much this is incorporating colours. And when you zoom out, right, you sort of don't see the colours. It just creates a really interesting looking leather texture. So yeah, really enjoy it. So yeah, Rodrigo Acore. Pretty chuffed to have that one in my collection. Matt, this one ran me about 350 or 400 euro, I think. May have been a little bit less than that. I don't recall exactly. I bought most of these a couple of years ago. Dimitri's was about 350 euro, which I thought was an absolute steal, by the way. It's quite interesting when I was talking to a lot of those guys. So if you want to become a professional miniature painter, Australia's not a great place to do that, because the cost of living is through the roof. Whereas if you live in Russia or Poland, which is where a lot of the really professional miniature painters live, or those countries where the cost of living is significantly cheaper, you can sell a piece like that. Like Dimitri charged me whatever 400 euro for that. That's like a month's wages for most people in Russia. So he can sell it for that price and be absolutely chuffed, and he's made a month's worth of wages. So yeah, just thinking about professional miniature painting, how if you wanted to do it legitimately, you almost could not do it here in Australia, which is interesting. Anyway, that's show and tell for tonight. I'll just put those away, and we'll get back into this witchy. So the last two models that I have in my collection that will show off tomorrow night, or whenever I do my next streaming, won't be tomorrow night probably, from David Colwell and Roman Gruber. So that'll be the last ones. Yeah, the cost of living is the kicking point, I think. Like, I do think that Patreon has made it potentially more viable for those people, because you can have sort of a base income and then sell models on top of that, models that you're paying on stream. But it's still a tough gig. I wouldn't want to do it. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Fen. You're in Sweden, aren't you? Cost of living there is not too bad, I think. Only visited once, only visited the city of Malmo. Didn't get to go anywhere else. It was on a little day trip. We were staying in Copenhagen, and we decided to do a little day trip over to Malmo. Cool little place, actually. But here's a fun fact. I went over there. I was like, when I'm in Sweden, I just want to have some Swedish meatballs like they have in IKEA. I want to try the real things. Says Big Deno. Could not find a fucking place selling meatballs for the life of me. We went around to about 20 different restaurants. No fucker had meatballs. So I ended up having a sandwich from the servo. It was a very disappointing day. And here's another one that happened to me. I was looking everywhere for garlic bread in Italy, and no fucking place sells garlic bread in Italy either. Very frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. Alright, so Gotland. Fucking love it. Love a garlic bread, mate. Can't get enough of that shit. RVB, I feel for you, bud. Feel for you. Alright, let's do a little bit of airbrushing. Wow, you can see how uneven my line painting is when you are that close to a melon, can't you? Very ordinary effort. Isn't that funny though? Like, in Australia, you like, garlic bread is just this thing that we associate with Italian food, and you go to Italy and no fucker eats it. It's actually an American thing. Wow, that's a no bueno from me. Alright, so we're going to do a few little bits and bobs today. With the airbrush. It's a little bit of the old white ink. I don't want to do white ink yet because I've put too much of that shit in. I'm going to do purple. I've never tried Liquitex, so I can't give you a preference there. What I can tell you is I don't really use the white ink that much. I generally prefer white paint, but I've been trying to use the white ink a bit more because I bought it. Next episode of WandaVision comes out in 2 days. Very excited. Very excited. Didn't love the first two, but started to come good by the third, I thought. Yeah, episode 4. Oof. I have done some grueling projects, RVB, I can tell you that. I'm not watching this stand on Prime, no, Paul. Is it worth looking into? I will give you some tips in a moment, RVB Paints. I just want to talk about the next Netflix series I'm going to start watching that came out on Tuesday. It's called Snowpiercer. Season 2 came out. I didn't even know they were making Season 2. And I found out it was coming out. I was chuffed. Absolutely chuffed. Pretty good actually, if you've never watched it. I did watch the movie, yes. Did watch the movie. I felt the movie was okay. Loved the series. The series for me gets to dive into a lot more of the things that made the whole story interesting. The movie was more of an action film and not a very good one. I probably won't, Jeffy. Probably won't, mate. Bit of texture. It'll be fine. Maybe paint a few lines over it or something. Yeah, that's it, Matt. It was super cool. Yeah, Queen's Gambit. My girlfriend watched it. She said it was quite good. I haven't watched it yet. It's been a good year for TV actually. Last 12 months. It's some great shows. So, tips for staying productive. It's a tricky one. So, my first tip is just a generic one. Is the project something you're actually interested in? Like I find when I'm losing steam on a project, it's usually because it's not one I'm like really loving as much. Assuming that is the case, that you are excited about the project and it is something you're passionate about, then the next step is, particularly on big projects, I mean, for me, I don't know what your definition of big project is. My big project is 4 or 5 models on a display base in some crazy fucking combination of stuff. So, my suggestion is, if I'm getting frustrated or bored with something, I switch to something else in the project that's more interesting. I don't normally, like, I don't recommend might not be the right term, but I don't stop the project. I try not to. Invariably, when I put something down, that's when I stop working on it and fixing it. Oh, yeah. Here's my way of fixing that, mate, is I don't do that sort of shit anymore. That is just ridiculous. I talked a lot on my last stream. Like, painting for me is fun, and when you tie yourself up with commissions like that, it's just not fun. So, yeah, can't help you with that, mate. that was what almost stopped me painting, was doing army commissions like that. So my answer is stop painting shit like that and start painting shit like this that you can enjoy all the time. Yes, and that was exactly the same reason I did it as well, mate. Sometimes the money is too good, but these days I prioritise my enjoyment and happiness over the financial side of things, which is a nice place to be in. And I hope that if you're not in that place, you will be able to get to that place at some point, so that you can find some joy back in your hobby. Mate, that is PSI. That's about 25. But that's on fairly high power. If I want to go in and do some more detail work, I usually go a little bit lower than that. My compressor barely runs, or yours? I think my compressor's going okay, mate. It's travelling alright. It's been going fine for the last 10 years anyway. Yeah, it's just because it fills up the tank. It's only got a small tank. So, but if I was just to hold the air down, it'll keep continually filling. That's a good idea, Flink. Yeah, sometimes it can be just finding a new technique that you really want to try, that you can try out. It can be enough to find spark some joy. Bit of Marie Kondo, bit of condoing. I don't love this Froggo. Stupid Froggo. Painted a little Froggo on one of the few commissions I took last year, pieces I did for that Green Skull Castle Kickstarter. I don't know if you guys remember, it was little goblins. I didn't, it was my least favourite part of painting the model. I loved everything else about it, except for the little Froggo. So, yeah, I could get rid of it, I suppose. Should I get rid of it? Yeah, fuck it. I'm getting rid of it. Good suggestion, Dr. Flink. Good suggestion, pal. Let's get out the snips. Too late, Paul. You missed the boat, mate. Yes, Chum Dabs, it sure is. It's a limited edition, mate. Can't buy it anymore. That's okay. This is my one, so I can do whatever I want. See you later, little dickhead. Bye. In the bin you go. Yes. How much better does that look without that dumb frog? So good. All right. I'm pleased with this decision. Good work, friends, for talking me into that. I love it. Oh, got to fix up my airbrush. Did I clean it out? Yep. Is there a red glow from fire underneath your cauldron? No. But I did just do a fair bit of this colour, scarlet, all over the model. I just wanted to add some warmth back in. Like, I think this was getting very cold colours, particularly with all of the colours I was using, and so I wanted to re-add some warmth back in. So if you have a look at the skin now, it feels a little bit more alive because I added that orangey red into it, and same with her face. Just add a little bit more into sort of all the areas. It just adds a little bit more warmth across the piece, which I'm enjoying. Yeah. It wasn't all over. I was being a little bit targeted with it. Wasn't going every space, but yeah, certainly probably in more places than you expected. You'll be able to rewatch on the stream if you want. Alright, so is there anything egregious that's sticking out on this trick that I need to finish, do you think? Oh, see you, Chum Dabs. We won't miss you at all, buddy. Now, since you got me banned from Twitch. Yeah, that's a good call, Dr. Flink. Good call. Topulus, had enough of that rubbish. It's better without the frog. We all know it. Let's just admit it. Alright, here comes a close-up. So let's just have a little bo peep around her and see if there's anything that we think needs doing. So obviously I'm working on the metal on the cauldron at the moment, and I need to fix this little bit of rubbish here. I need to just touch up that little, I'm going to use my brush instead of my fat finger. I need to just touch up this little doobie here and re-add a little bit of contrasty stuff there. That's all fine because that's all out of people's visibility. Maybe tweak the glass bottles a little bit. That's pretty good, that's pretty good. This is out of line of sight, but I might do a little bit of stuff to it. That's fine, that's fine. Your face is pretty good, although if you have a look here, I do actually need to just add a little thing on the bottom eyelid. There's a little black dot on the eyelid, so I need to fix that. You know what? I think I am enjoying the idea of a pattern on this trim, but I might just keep it simple and do like triangles, something like that, something that's easy to do, straight lines. Alright, let's do that little eyelid thing whilst I can. No, Dr. Flink, it's unlikely World Model Expo will be on the cards for me, mate. As much as I would love to, it's really hard to commit to any sort of international travel now for me. For everyone, I guess, but it's especially difficult coming from Australia. No, that's just a fun project. I don't generally paint things for competitions normally. I've only done it once. I mean, if I lived in Europe, I'd be all over it, but I do not. So one of my friends is in the UK at the moment and sent me a picture of what it costs to try and fly back to Australia. It's about 20,000 Australian dollars for a 60-hour trip with no with 4 stopovers to try and get back home, with no guarantee that that'll actually even leave, because they've been cancelling a lot of flights. So it's not worth it from that perspective, and it's not worth it from a financial perspective to risk at the moment until we get a little bit more stability on international travel. I just can't see myself doing it. There's two big painting events for me anyway. The first one is called Crystal Dragon. The biggest problem with Crystal Dragon is I run it, so don't get to enter that shit. And then QMHE is the only one that I enter for realsies. This is Arbuckle's Brown, another banger colour from Scale Colour Fantasy Games. Yeah, Queensland Model Hobby Expo is the one I generally aim for. It's a pretty small event, truly. It's I think last year's bust category they had about, I don't know, 15 entries in bust. 3 of them were mine. It's a big competition. They have a lot of like different categories you can enter, like airplanes and helicopters and boats, scratch builds, cars, little RC cars and other cars and shit. But yeah, it doesn't draw a massive crowd of miniature painters generally. Good. Small events are very fun for me, because it's usually just the same people that go to those events that I know, friends of mine, and so we just get to go and hang out, have a good time. I think it would be ballsy. I think it would be ballsy to assume that it will happen at this stage. Just so much uncertainty. And with events like that, you need to be able to plan so many things in advance. I know from Crystal Dragon, and that's not a big competition. I mean, last year we had 150 entries. SMC's had 1,500 or more, I think, last year, and something like 70 traders or whatever it was in the big traders hall, so I can't imagine how much more logistics are involved in that. Monty, they're hoping to go ahead. Monty's a little bit more controllable, small location. It's not a specifically dedicated event space, and so they can probably get away with not abiding by government restrictions. But yeah, SMC, you'd be a brave man to bet on that going ahead, I think. I hope so, for Robert's sake and Margot's. They put so much effort into it every year. And the other people as well. The cast of thousands that runs that event. Oh, Billy Goat, mate. Little Hugo. We took him to the beach on our public holiday yesterday. for the first time, he decided he was brave enough to go in the water. Probably because my girlfriend and I were knee deep in the water, just walking along the water, and he's barking at us, trying to save us. And then some other dogs came along, and he started playing with them, and they ran in the water, so he ran in the water too. He's about a foot off the ground, little fella. So, but it was awesome, absolutely awesome. He's doing great. He's 6 months now. Yes, so I was thinking that myself, Jeffrey, but I've committed now. Look, if I do end up attending, I'd love to meet up with everyone. But yeah, I'm trying not to think about it at the moment because I just can't see much changing in our country anyway to make it more likely. Yes, I was hoping to go last year. Yeah, I'm all down for that, mate. Just shows we have good style. Got to buy your collared shirts from your local $2 store though. Hey, Natalie. Hi. What's going on? How's things where do you live? Newcastle? How's things in Newcastle? Somewhere near there. No, you're from the Gong, aren't you? Wollongong. Is that right? Central, yeah, it's all the fucking same, mate. Gosford, Central Coast, Wollongong, Newcastle, Alice Springs. They're all roughly in the same spot. All I know is it's not Queensland, so it's not the best place in the world. Got any great plans for the next iteration of Crystal Dragon, should it ever go ahead? Smart money's on you this year, Got the last year's Craft World Studio Award. Hey, Tofudix, thanks mate. I also love your work. I've never seen it, but I'm sure I love it. Ah, badger, 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 badger. Snake. Everyone remember that from the internet? Or does people just think I'm an idiot when I start singing that song? Well, if you're moving house, it's a good opportunity to move to Brisbane. What do you think about that idea? Hang out with some of the cool painters, me and Siona. I'm sure there's some other people that paint up here as well. Matt Kerr. Good man, Tofudix. How good's painting the backs of models with as much attention and care as you paint the front with? Love it. Hey, Tui! The world's biggest rock star in this chat. The actual only genuine world-class painter sitting in here. My Miniatures Den stops by on occasion as well, so that's nice. COVID, eh, Nat? It's always next millennium. No, I'd love to see you, mate. Always welcome. Come hang out. Got a cool painting area. You can come and hang out with me. Do some painting. Teach me how to win Craft World Studio Awards. Look, it's fair to say I don't love it. So I'm going to have to try and recover this somehow. Left eye from our spot, Jeffy, or her left eye? I see you're talking about that little spot there, aren't you? Yep. Better. She's a saucy old lady, I reckon. Not a frog lover though. Remember that time I just cut the frog out of this limited edition model? Alas, poor froggy. We're doing well. So I decided to do this pattern on this thing, and I didn't like how it turned out. I'm not really very good at small detail stuff. I talked about that in my stream that I did a couple of weeks ago, that I want to try and do some more of it. So, that's the only way you get better at it. And this is a nice space to practice it on, I guess, because it's a little section I could just paint over if I wanted. I'm gonna try and airbrush this area a little bit, because at the moment it doesn't look quite like it fits in, but with a little bit of airbrushing it should harmonise it with the rest of the piece a little bit better. Oh, I forgot I'm still zoomed in. Man, how good is the camera quality, hey? You can see every shit brush stroke on there. That is outstanding. It's a camcorder. Yes, it is a Sony. To me, that looks better than it did before. Do you agree or do you disagree? Yeah. Yes. Good. G'day, W. Walzer. Hello, mate. Yeah, we'll definitely do a bit of airbrushing over the top. Alright, let's just do Look at the care and attention this rear is getting. Wow. This is not normally something I do, but wow, look at this. This is just detail plus attention. Wow. Yes, W. Walzer, people can indeed give me their monies, their hard-earned monies. However, I strongly advise if people are in no way financially secure in this current global pandemic, please keep your monies for yourself. I have no need of your monies. Tonight's kombucha is a rose lemonade flavoured live sparkling probiotic made by someone that I quite enjoy. It is delightful. It is. Love a cheeky kombucha. Can't get enough of them. Alright, we need some green. Where is my green that I want? Thanks, Paul. I hope that 30 minutes of yours was productive. Because you missed some ironclad gold here. There it is. Yes, Paul, I'm just about to do that now, mate. That's what the airbrush is for. Oops. Look, it was a universal decision, I think, the frog, getting rid of the frog. Everyone that I canvassed was a big fan of that. I'm probably going to have to do a lot of that area in with a brush. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with an airbrush. Going to catch a bit too much overspray on the other areas. I don't hate you how to paint. I hate people telling me how to paint, mate. So one thing I've learned from painting, and I use my girlfriend as a prime example of this, some of the best advice I ever get is from people who don't actually know necessarily anything about painting. Because they can just tell when something feels wrong. They just feel it. It's never a this is what you did wrong, it's always like, oh, that just doesn't feel right. I don't like that. So my girlfriend will absolutely tear strips off me and say, that's shit. I don't like that. And I'll say, well, why? And she'll say, I don't know. But that type of feedback can be genuinely very valuable, because when someone does it, someone knows what they're talking about, often they try and analyse the problems. It's like if you go to a doctor and you're like, g'day doc, yeah, just been online and I think I've got pancreatic cancer. And the doc's like, actually mate, you've just got a stomach ache, so go home. Stop being a hypochondriac, you dickhead. It's sort of the same with miniature painting. When someone who doesn't really know too much about it, they just come in and they look at it and they go, yep, something's not quite right with that. Hey, thanks W. Walzer. Good work, mate. Yeah, so it's an interesting observation. I've always been very respectful with anyone providing me feedback, irrespective of their skill level, because I think you can learn a lot from everyone. Everyone has different things that they look for in a model. Everyone has different perspectives. So, yeah, bring it on. Open yourself up to that sort of perspective when you put your work online for many people to see. But I do it because it gives me just as much growth opportunity as any other sort of feedback. So, and just to elaborate on that, I probably will do the white over that area with brush, but I'm just going to do it with the brush, the green. Alright, in the home stretch now, friendos. In the home stretch. Natalie, my workflow is probably the most chaotic you can get. You can literally watch my stream of this chick and I bounce around from stuff. All sorts of different weird stuff. One time I'm like, yeah, I think I want to paint this bit now. And then I just stop that halfway through and decide to start something else, and disaster. Absolute disaster. As long as you're having fun though, mate. Yeah, just blue tack. But I think I think I've also got a pin in there as well. Because I haven't found a plinth yet. Normally for a bust I would actually attach it to the plinth and then just tape up the plinth. But I haven't got a plinth. I need to go see my plinth maker. No, not Kmart. I did actually pull out some of the Kmart plinths for this chick. They didn't quite fit. They didn't quite look right. Gave them a lash though. Oh shit. Man, I tell you what, we've got to get someone get onto Kmart, Coles My Group, West Farmers. Someone get onto those guys and tell them about the stream. It's advertising revenue that they're missing out on. They don't even know it. I think it's okay if you're doing all different stuff all the time. I actually think it's important sometimes too to do different elements of the model so that you can be working on the piece from a holistic perspective. But I just do whatever I feel like painting at the time. Which is why when I get to shit like Froggos, yeah, I'm sometimes I'll just be like, fuck you, Frog. Yes, good question, awesome guy. Kmart shirts. I'm not a big fan of the Kmart shirts. I'm normally a big W guy, mate. Kmart, they don't have sizes for me. Those idiots. Oh, hey Jan. Welcome to the party, mate. We're painting this old lady. I popped in on your stream for a few minutes before. It was very good. Thank you. Hello, Gallo Fire. Hello, Grounded Affected. Yeah. Yes, so we're just about to finish this girl. It's been a fun little paint. Tyrannosaurus wrecked. Get amongst it. Hello to all of the new people that have joined from Jan's stream. Thanks for joining. Sticking with us as we try to paint this little Lucas Pina girl. I highly recommend a sugar-free Red Bull, mate. Get you firing up. Thank you, Natalie. Natalie, you are a badass bitch. Ah, yes, I also have Anchor coming, Matt. I've got I've got 7 models left to paint on my Rising Sun. No doubt I'll do some of that on stream at some point, so I can try and get it finished before Anchor arrives. That'd be very good. I do have Blood Rage, I haven't painted Blood Rage. I'll try and do that first. Yes. Awesome models in Rising Sun. Absolutely crazy. We had a game of that on the weekend, actually. So we had this little competition every year called CanCon, and this year obviously it got cancelled. So the the lads and I from up here who normally travel down, we decided to hold our own event called CannedCon, because the event was canned. And yeah, so we had something like 9 board games over the course of 3 days. Played a new game called Maracaibo, which is just an absolute banger. That could be my new favourite game. Rising Sun, a couple of games of Spirit Island. Last night we played Abyss. And I think that was it. Maracaibo, Blood Rage, or Rising Sun. Rising Sun's an excellent game. Really excellent. Gaslands. I have heard of Gaslands, yes. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I have a regular gaming group that I play with every Tuesday night and some Saturdays as well. We crank through some games. Yeah, there's not many games we haven't played as yet, so pretty good times. But yes, I'm on Blood Rage. I'm a big Eric Lang fan. Love his games. Yeah, Rising Sun. It is area control, and you make allies at the start of each round. This game goes for 3 rounds. You make allies, and you and your ally will get benefits during your turns. You can pray to the Japanese gods with your priests, and you can recruit monsters. It's really good. Yeah, it's quite fun. The actual combat itself is done in a very structured way. A lot of fun. Blood Rage, I feel like, is a better game if you are not really like a dedicated tabletop gamer. Blood Rage is a bit easier, a bit more fun, a bit more crazy. Rising Sun's a little bit more tactical, a lot more for playing around with people who know what they're doing. Ankh looks good. Yeah, I haven't played it. I don't like playing on online tabletop online things. I just wait till it's in my hands normally, but it seems fun. Yeah, Terraforming Mars, we've got the deluxe edition coming for that. One of the guys bought the deluxe edition with all of the whiz-bangs, but we've got the current stuff. It's not my favourite game. So I did a little thing last year where I decided I'd play the top 10 games on BGG. At the time, I'd played like 6 of them, so it was like basically playing extra 4 games. It's not that bad. Yeah, Terraforming Mars was one of the ones that I already played. The app implementation is phenomenal and really hard to go back to the table when the actual quality of the components is absolute dog shit. So yeah, it's not my favourite game. And if I was going to play a game like an engine building game like that, I would absolutely play Brass Birmingham over that, which is a different game. Significantly better game, I think, than Terraforming Mars. Brass Birmingham, absolutely phenomenal game, but not for the faint of heart. If you've not played many board games, I would not recommend it. Very crunchy. Oh no. Oh, good for you, Jeffy. That's a good pickup. Wingspan. Man, Brass in the US. Whoa, that sucks. It's an unbelievable game, honestly. Every game that I've played, I've got out of the game, which goes for 2 hours, and absolutely crunchy. And I'm just like, I just want to play again. just want to play again for sure. Oh, that's good. That's good, Celery. Yeah, it's a neat little game, Wingspan. Not complex, but sort of introduces you to cool engine building mechanics. Just shit theme. Shit theme though. Who wants to play birds? Fucking birds. Ever since they added the Oceania expansion though, where you can now recruit ibises, bin chickens. Actually says at the bottom of the ibis card, it says, Australians call the ibis a bin chicken affectionately. I found that quite cool. And their rules are actually awesome. They actually go and rummage through the discard pile of birds. So they literally rummage through the bin, and you can take birds from out of there. So that's pretty cool, pretty clever. But yeah, Brass Birmingham, man, I get amongst it like crazy. Brass Birmingham, Great Western Trail, and Maracaibo are like my top 3 really, really crunchy, interesting games to play. At this point in time, just going to do some hairdryer, friends, so you'll see me in the background. Birds are shit. I just wanted to be Vikings. If Wingspan was Vikings, man, so good. There is actually an online version of Brass Lancashire, an app version, which is Brass Lancashire is the original version of the game, and Brass Birmingham was an upgrade that they did. The original designer revamped a few mechanics that he wasn't happy with, but it's effectively the same game. No, not Viking birds. Like, just imagine instead of in Wingspan where you've got 3 sections where you recruit birds, imagine that you're recruiting Vikings with different powers, and the Vikings get to fight each other. And instead of little shitty bits of worms and wheat and other stuff that you pay to recruit birds, you've got gold and plundering and ships. That'd be the best. Be so good. Alright, friends, I think we are... Vikings going through your fence. Ooh, Tricarion, yeah, so I bought an Anachrony the other week, the full Infinity Box edition. I haven't got around to playing it yet. I did very seriously consider buying On Mars a little while back. I do like Vital Lacerda games, but haven't bought it yet. And never ever heard of Barrage. So I'll have to look into that. How do we feel? I think that's pretty much her done. A few little spots I might add in white, but I think she's okay. See you, Celery. Yeah, that was just a little thing. G'day, Prom4RC. Thanks, Dr. Flink. I feel like I might just add a few little textured things on here. This feels a little bit boring. Aren't you Polish? Some Polish in you, Natalie? What, that bit? Why? It's fine, mate. That bit. That fixed it. There you go. That's way better, isn't it? Isn't it? Alright, so little spotties. Thank you, Phoenix. That's good, Matt. Oh man, I only started streaming about a week ago, so you haven't missed much. I've only painted 4 models on stream. Did this this dude first? This guy? Nah, it's not 2 weeks, is it? Is it 2 weeks? Surely not. Maybe it is 2 weeks. Anyway, I haven't quite finished this one yet, but I'll go back in and do something on that. There you go, 2 weeks. I didn't disappear from thingy. It's hard to come up with video ideas sometimes. Like I don't just want to rehash the same shit over and over. So yeah, I was trying to come up with something interesting to talk about and came up with fuck all. So cool. Alright, I think we will call her a day. Oh no, I just saw something I wanted to do. Important one actually. This one is such a little thing, but I feel like it makes such a big difference. Matt, have you even seen some of my stuff, mate? It all looks like this shit. It's all rubbish. It's all got marks and shit all over it. I'm gonna go and get my other guy. I'm gonna go and show you my dude that looks really smooth and blendy, and you can have a look at him. Like seriously, what are you talking about, you gibber? Look at this guy. Look how sketchy that shit is. What are you even talking about, mate? That's probably the smoothest I get. I do get a bit smoother, I guess, when I'm doing girls. When I'm doing girls with smooth skin, like fairies and stuff. I do pretty smooth there. Alright. One little witchy. I don't like that blue there. Come back to black. I do not, mate. The fairies is gone. Still got the Wizard of Oz and stuff I've done in the last few weeks. Everything else is gone. I sell them. I don't do commissions. Unless it's a model I really want to paint. Alright, she's done. So you all get to help me decide the next piece I paint. Lady of the Lake, Carl Rudick, option 1, little water base. Option 2, This girl from Alternative Miniatures, Daphne. Another bust though. I've done a few busts on stream, so maybe I'll do a figure. I don't have all of the models for my white diorama, so I can't do that. Maybe Blood Temple from Mindworks. Or do we go for something a little bit more aggressive? A little bit more aggressive. Here's the Lady of the Lake again, Flickster. It's probably not a great choice for what we're discussing. Not a lot of skin. And the sword's the only metal area. Plus she's really quite small. Tiny little girl. Oh. Yeah, she's beautiful. Do we get amongst this bad boy? The Wind Rider. Yes. I think it's the Wind Rider. Get excited. We shall ride the wind together. Robot Rocket. Wind Rider. Ooh, look at all these bits. Yeah. Wind Rider. Ooh. He's a big boy. Maybe like this. Yeah, there we go. Like this. Like this. You know why I bought this? Because the moment I saw it, it reminded me of Falcor from The Never-Ending Story. The Never-Ending Story. And I must have it. I said to myself, I must have Falcor. And then there's a dude riding the back of it. Falcor. Alright, that'll be my next model on stream, friends. That'll be fun. Gonna get this box out of the way. Cool kit, yes. Very cool indeed. Yes, a little bit of prep work. So it won't be Friday night because I'll be watching the Heat, the Brisbane Heat. Go the Heaters. It may be Saturday night. I may stream on Saturday night, which will be Saturday morning for most of you friendos. Or if not Saturday, I will definitely stream on Sunday. And then I think I set up a regular Monday night stream and a regular something stream. Thursday night might have been Wednesday night. Basically, I'm just going to sit down and stream whenever I feel like it, but I've committed to definitely doing Monday nights because it's not really intrusive. My camera's set up at the moment. It looks like it is, but it's not too bad. I don't feel hamstrung whilst I'm painting. Alright. I'm going to take some finished photos of that girl. post them on my socials later on. Yes, lock and load. Cool bust. Oh look, I haven't really been posting anywhere other than my socials about an hour before I stream, and I probably won't, to be fair, because I just do it when I feel like. So I'll post on my socials, maybe. Or if you follow me, I think you get a notification that says I'm going live. Shit flying everywhere. So it looks like that's like that. So we want to get. I think I even got a plinth for this guy. I reckon that plinth might be okay actually. He's a big dude, but that could work. That could work for Falcor. Yeah, but the dude, well, I suppose, I mean, I could go like that. Sort of. Maybe a flat plinth would be better. Here, I got some out there plinth ideas. Get a bit of fence post up here. What do you reckon about that bad boy? Not really in keeping, is it? In theme. Bit of fence post. Might work though. What fuck all else do you use it for? I don't mind that. No, I mean, as soon as you put the dude riding it, it's not going to look too bad. It's an interesting shape too, right? Interesting shape. With like a Z. What about though, so what about if I go this, so the dragon head's here, and what about if I put a symbol? Because I've got something down here. In one of these boxes somewhere. This is my somewhat bits box. I have a one idea in my mind. I bought heaps of these from a little jewellery shop. So something like that could be cool. But no, what I was thinking of was from a model called, this is it, this is the go. It's from that Big Child Creatives Sword of Dawn. What about if I just had that going there? That's pretty legit, hey? And then dragging up the top. Yeah. That's the go. Boom. Locked in. I like that idea. I think that's cool. That's pretty unique actually. Feels like it's going to have some interesting angles to look at. Yeah. Lock it in. Locked in. Beautiful. Let's snip this bad boy right now. Which model you talking? You can link whatever you want, mate. I'm happy for anyone to post anything in my chat, as long as it's not pictures of you know whats. Apparently, that's going to get my stream banned, even if they're on Kingdom Death jobbos. I love it. See, I actually think I think the wood plinth actually works for the model. I think it's in keeping with like the theme. I mean, this legit does look like it was meant to go with this model, hey? Fuck me. That's a genius idea. Alright, locked that in. Coolio. Oh yeah, that's the Ent, based on the artwork by that guy. Painted by Ivan Hutalets for the box art. Yeah, that's what I feel like too, Fen, hey? Sorry, I have to allow your thing. Yes. Very Chinese, I feel like, as well. It was the word Chinese, I would assume. Meepings. This is a model that I purchased from a company called Robot Rocket Miniatures. This is a 3D sculpted model that I believe was in fact, yes, 3D printed and then made a resin cast out of. So you can actually still purchase this, I think, from Robot Rocket Miniatures. So head over to their website. And if you tell them Big Deno sent you, you'll get absolutely nothing as a result of that. But do it anyway. Makes me feel special. And Maddie will send me a message and be like, Deno, you're talking about my shit on your stream. And I'll say, yes, mate, I'm very famous. I've got Kmart, Target and Big W interested in brand recognition on my page. So get in quick, pal. Yes, that's yeah. Collared shirts are definitely on sale at Big W if you tell them you know Big Deno. They will definitely look after you there. So here's a fun story, right? I do yes, I do have a little space in my house to do tuition. If you want to come to Brisbane, I'm happy to teach. This is a true story. I'm going to tell you this has happened, right? So I went overseas for a War Machine tournament. It was called Please Dr. Flink Would Love to Assist. War Machine tournament was called Lock and Load. It was a pretty big tournament, and I was heading over there for a event that I'd qualified for called the Iron Gauntlets, and the Iron Gauntlet was actually streamed online. It was very, very cool. It was, I think, the first like big War Machine tournament that had been streamed. Anyway, so my good friend and I, James Morehouse, we went along to this tournament. We were the 2 Australian qualifiers. And we played the weekend. We had an awesome time. I came second. It was the best weekend. So it was the day after this tournament. And we're in Seattle. And we're jumping on a plane to go to LA. And when we get to LA, we fly back to Brisbane. And so we go into the Lego store in this Seattle mall. And I shit you not, this dude behind the counter at the Lego store recognised me from the stream and from my videos online. Some dude in a Lego store in a Seattle mall was like, "Oh my God, Big Deno." And he asked for a photograph with me and an autograph. So that shit legitimately happens, mate. So there you go. Phoenix, I haven't considered online stuff because I feel like my best attributes are being able to look at a model in the hand. I don't feel very confident providing feedback to digital stuff. How aggressive do you want me to be here, Flink, about your model? Okay. So here's Dr. Flink's model that he's just sent pictures of into the chat. So I like it a lot. There's a few things I don't like about the base though. So the first thing I don't like about it is you've got these really nice, smooth, clean lines up the top. Like Witchhorn's very smooth, all about the lines, the elegance of the shapes. And then you go down the bottom and there's this big rough tumbled mass. And I sort of get that it's providing a bit of a contrast from the smooth and elegance, but I feel like it's maybe detracting from it as well. And the second thing that I like about Witchhorn is the negative space. So again, it's got a lot of negative space that's really interesting, and I think you're working on that with the background, which is really cool, and I think that'll look good. But I think again the base doesn't sort of tie into that theme. Not a lot of negative space in there, and I sort of think particularly under her right foot, the left side of the base from our angle, I think you could put a hole like just almost directly under her foot, and have like almost a zigzag into the base of negative space, of sort of empty rock, and I think that would be more in keeping with the model and more interesting to look at. But that is my approach, and I do think it's a nice base, and I think I think just because of that model and how that model is all about the shape and the negative space, I think that's something I'd try and lean into. If that was a different model on top of that base, I'd probably like it a lot more. Okay, I can see that working. You ever done water effects before? Cool. Yeah, that can work. I mean, now that I've just talked about it, I'm actually really keen on seeing like lots of jagged holes in the ground, because I reckon that would be awesome. But yeah, the water would be cool. Well, you would have that big block shape then, which would again create a stronger silhouette for the model to stand out from. Nice work, mate. That'll be cool to see. I dig it. I dig it. You're very welcome. Alright friends, it's enough streaming from me tonight. Thank you for joining me. Look forward to seeing you all again on my next stream, where we'll start a new model and get excited. This guy, Wind Rider. Enjoy. Have a great night. See you all next time. I'm trying to see if my emote's turned up yet. It hasn't. It hasn't. That's a shame. Yeah, okay, show me how do I do a raid? Let's do it. Clickster, what do I do? Make it happen. Let's return the love. Do I have to go and look on Twitch to see who's doing it? See a wishy. Paint-O-Mancy. What are you doing, mate? Oh look, I think he might be doing it in German. So that's probably not ideal. Probably slightly suboptimal. Yes. Alright, so I'm ready to raid. I've picked a guy that I want to raid on. How do we do it? What do I click? Yes, I know Miniatures Den. That guy doesn't need help with raiding. He's got like 8 million viewers already. He's got 120. I mean, we could raid him, I suppose. Okay, raid in the chat. Raid. Shit. Why is my keyboard not working? Oh, there we go. It's working now. Oh, this is exciting. Who's excited for this? I know I am. This keyboard sucks. Do this keyboard. That's saying no matches. I'm real bad at rating. Do I have to put it in I'm just going to go to the dashboard. That seems easier. Stream dashboard. Big purple button. Raid. Stream dashboard or create a dashboard? I'm going really good at this. Oh, hang on, I think I've got it. I think we might have it here. This is top stuff. This is top shelf stuff. Great viewing for everyone. Raid channel! I've got it! Pick a live channel to rate. Here we go. Oh, it's happening. Alright, I can only see miniatures then. So I'm just going to do that. Start raid! Tell me if it works, because I have no idea if it's working or not. Oh, here we go. It's coming. It's coming. The timer. 1 second. Boom!
Currently working on his back. How was your stream, dude? Thank you so much for the raid. If you guys don't know Big Dano, go give him a follow. Check him out. Can you give him a shout out, Fleck? Hello, Gimli, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. He managed to do the raid all by himself. That's incredible. That's amazing. Well done, Big Dano. What were you working on today? So I had this paint job done a long time ago, and I never finished the back, but I sold the model, so I'm gonna have to finish the back now. That's where we at. Since I sold the model, I gotta finish it. Hello, Crow, how you doing? I've been working on a little Nocturne model. We finished the little Nocturne model. I've been working also on a Facebook or Patreon, you guys can win this model. You don't have to be subbed or anything. I will be giving this guy away this Sunday, so if you want to, you can win this guy. That's great. Did you break the frog from the pop thingy? Hello Phoenix. How did Magnus go? Thank you, Frank. Yeah, big board. Very big board. Are you working on these models tonight? No, the ones I showed are finished. I'm working on this Stormcast, and then I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be working on. I can start working on, I don't know, do you guys want me to work on one of the queens from Chimera? Like start my competition painting? I have to paint a bunch of models for competitions, so might as well start today. We can do one. I can either do that or start the Triumph of Saint Catherine. 3 days to go, 75 subs left. How are you feeling that commission giveaway, Luca? I don't know, Frank. I hope we reach the goal so I can give back to the community something for the love I have gotten, as always. We'll see how that goes. I think so, Ragnar. Well, we're first gonna get this Stormcast done, which won't take long. Commission, please. Well done, Flick. Well done. I'm very proud of you. Well done. Let's see if I can get this Stormcast done quickly. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I have already painted the most annoying, but although I'm gonna have to push contrast here because when I painted this, it was, I don't know, 7 months ago or something. I have improved since then, so I'm gonna be working a bit more on the contrast on the front with a couple of blazes. It's gonna be very quick, but it's definitely gonna be improving the model, I think. For now, though, we can just get the arms painted up. Ah, well done, Flick. I'm not as proud. Hello, Salt. I am not as proud now. I thought you would be done with the armor line. painting Starcasts. Hello, Braun. Thank you for the follow. Hello, Salts. I'm doing well. How you doing? Having a good change of pace after working on that gigantic Magnus for a week. The speed painting stuff is fun. Pretin, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Follow your motivational speech and finish the piece. I need to take good pictures. I'll share it. Yes, do it, man. Do it. Yeah, I saw the pictures. They look pretty good for being a speed paint, bro. Well done. I need to matte or satin them and they'll take proper penalty from you because they do look too good for the effort put in. Yeah, now it happens, dude. You like sometimes you speed paint stuff and it looks just amazing. You're like, wait a second. Am I a god? It happens, right? Like you have those quick paint jobs that you do that look incredible, and then you have these long paint jobs that you do that don't look as good. Hello, Royal. I'm doing well. How you doing, man? We finished Magnus. We finished the Nocturne model. We're now working on little BBD boy here. Slowly working up the allies. Oh, that's good. Your model, the Lumineth model you won, shouldn't be too far off. I shipped it a few days ago. Some of the shipping I've done have already gotten to destination. So you'll probably not have to wait too long to get yours. Yeah, Flink. I know exactly what you're talking about. It happens. And I think that the sign of a master painter is the ability to trigger that in the zone thinking at will. Like people like Maskran, Kirill, they aren't much different than we are. They just know how to trigger that consistently. No, it's not. Sold. I have to take pictures of him still. I will take them tomorrow, I think. Let's see. No, I'm changing. I have to finish painting a couple of details, but I can't do it on Twitch because you wouldn't be able to see the shit. What is that episode? Yeah, it's always getting nice, man. I'm liking that. That looks very nice. I can think of painting basically. Not on the axle, I like it. Yeah, man, you did well. You did well. You did very well.